In October 1944, the Japanese began to lose air superiority against the Allies, losing many of their trained pilots in bombing raids and attacks, and pretty much no development in aircraft technology occurred during this time. Due to this, the Allies quickly took the advantage in the air and the sea. To try and deal with, keyword try, Allied superiority in the Navy, they created a new unit called kamikaze units, who were suicide bombers to ram ships. Overall, they were not very effective against Allied fleets due to the fact that only 11% of all kamikaze bombers managed to actually hit a ship of any sort.
Then it struck. They call it kamikaze, meaning the divine tempest. We call them suicide planes. Manned by pilots wearing the ceremonial red sash of the Kamikaze Corps. They specialize in one-way trips. Their destination, the deck or hull of any American ship onto which plane, bombs, burning gasoline, and red-sashed pilot can crash. Japan's secret weapon was no secret to our gunners or our flyers, who for months had been tinting the far Pacific with those same red sashes. But now, to meet our latest challenge, our deepest thrust, there rose every plane that could fly, new or old, from the very heart of Japan itself. "16-year-olds, still in aviation schools, were given their wings, a sash, and a mission. It was a maniacal, all-out effort to smash our sea power, isolate our troops on Okinawa. It was desperation. It was suicide. But it would be the pattern from now on to the very finish. A struggle between men who want to die and men who fight to live.
Hi, my name is Sergeant Johnny from the 1st Marine Battalion, and today we're going to shoot down a Japanese fighter. Here we have Private Chase attempting to shoot down a Japanese fighter with his assistant, Private Michael, who is using his thumbs to measure the airspeed and wind. Hi, my name's Johnny again, and we managed to piss off that Japanese fighter there. Run! Run! Oh God, no! No, no, no!
In 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. The U.S. fleet was crippled. 10 hours later, across the Pacific, they attacked the Philippines, clearing the way for an overwhelming invasion of the islands. U.S. forces, including 10,000 Americans and 60,000 Filipinos, pull back to the Bataan Peninsula. Without a navy to rescue them, and with their backs to the sea, they're trapped. Despite promises to the contrary, President Roosevelt and his military high command decide to focus first on Europe and on stopping Hitler. This strategy effectively seals the fate of the Philippines and the men trapped on Bataan. Under orders and against his wishes, General MacArthur escapes to Australia, vowing to return. After 4 months of fighting without supplies, starving American and Filipino troops surrender to the Japanese Imperial Army. It is the largest single defeat in the history of the American military. Unequipped to house or feed 70,000 prisoners of war, the Japanese take the weakened soldiers on a brutal 60-mile forced march. Men who fall out of line are bayoneted or shot. 15,000 perish on what would become known as the Bataan Death March. The surviving POWs are herded into various camps at O'Donnell, Cabanatuan, and Palawan. The Japanese guards who view surrender as a disgrace treat them viciously. Thousands die from disease, starvation, and abuse.
Move it! Move it!
Hello!
Oh, hello there. What's a reporter like you doing here?
What are you doing with these prisoners?
We just captured 60,000 prisoners in the Battle of Bataan. Now we're marching them 60 miles north, up to Camp O'Donnell.
Oh.
Hold on a sec, hold on a sec. What are you doing? Get back up. Get moving. Dead? Is he dead?
Isn't this a blatant violation of the Geneva Conventions?
If you mean the one that we didn't sign, then yes.
I am Tim, reporting live from Warsaw, interviewing Commander Hans Franz about the treatment of Soviet prisoners of war. How would you say they're treated?
They're treated pretty well.
I hear there's a separate entire set of rules for treating Soviet prisoners of war compared to British, American, or French prisoners of war. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
What are the differences exactly?
The Bolsheviks are always insubordinate, and any insubordination must be instantly and swiftly crushed.
What counts as insubordination exactly?
May I use the restroom?
Any more questions?
Like that?
Yes.
He asked to go to the bathroom.
Yes,
How is that resistance at all?
because he could be armed.
Okay. Are there any other differences in the treatment of POWs?
Yes.
What will those be?
They get medical treatment.
I think we're done here. Never mind.
This is Tim, reporting live from Siberia, interviewing Field Marshal Dmitry Suka about conditions in POW camps. What do you have to say about these?
You see, we don't treat our POWs any different than we treat our citizens.
And I'm assuming you treat non-combatants in the same way
You
you...
treat your citizens?
Non-combatants. That doesn't translate very well. Can you elaborate?
I see. What about that guy?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I see how it is.
I am Tim, reporting live from the port city of Brest, which has recently been liberated by American troops. Upon an inspection of the German prisoner of war camps, they are not up to standard in any stretch of the imagination. Lieutenant Dan has something to say in his defense.
Well, you see, Tim, the thing about it is, under the Geneva Conventions, only prisoners of war are protected, and we don't have any prisoners of war. They're all disarmed enemy forces, and therefore are not protected by the Geneva Convention.
So what you're saying, it's just a technicality of terminology?
Pretty much, I guess, but they're completely different people, different categories.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Tim from Fox 5, out.